What's up guys, it's Trevor here, and in this week's video we're going to talk about how to stay focused in this distracting world. If it's phone calls, if it's text, or anything like social media, there's always something that you never thought of that's going to distract you from doing your work, completing your goals, and ultimately becoming a better entrepreneur. So in this week's video we're going to talk about some tips, some tools, and some action steps that you can use and take away from this video to stay more focused. Let's first of all talk about what type of distractions and what we can do to counter that. So the very first one that I want to talk about is going to be the most obvious, which is going to be your cell phone. So your cell phone is going to be the most distracting because, like most people, they always carry it with you, with them. I mean, usually in their pockets or next to them. The cell phone is the most distracting. So the easiest way to basically have this distraction go away is to absolutely, if you're in the office room, put it outside the office room and lock it up. Now, you may say that I need my phone to answer texts, to do this and all that, which is false. Not if someone needs you right away, they'll be calling you, and if it's actually urgent enough, they'll find a way to get to you. So most of the times phone calls or texts to you are not urgent. Now if your business depends on phone calls, that may be a different story, because you may still be able to do phone calls on your computer. So let's say you have an iPhone and you have a Mac. Your Mac can take phone calls. That way you can delete your phone as a distraction, and with that you already eliminated one distraction. But if you're going to use your phone anyways and you don't want to take this advice, some of the features that on most phones that you can do is going to be like do not disturb. You want to configure the settings in a way so only the most important things get to you. So let's say you need phone calls, you need to be able to pick up your phone to pick up for phone calls, for business calls. Then make a specific focus mode or something like that on different phones. Most of them should have it where only phone calls will ring and everything else should be silenced. That way you'll only pick up your phone when you know that it is something important related to your business that you're trying to ultimately grow at the end of the day. So phone is going to be the most distracting thing, and using a focus mode and cutting out all the things that are not important is going to be the number one way to do this. Another way you can cut out the distraction is use airplane mode. Now I love to use this whenever it's early in the morning and there's nobody's going to call me anyways, and text messages aren't important because who's waking up at 5 in the morning? Most of the other people probably aren't. So that's why I like to use airplane mode, all the way from when I wake up to when I eat lunch or have breakfast. So airplane mode is going to be a nice tactic to just eliminate all phone calls and texts that someone else might be just wanting to talk to you, but they're just not on your priority list right away. So phone, we have completely covered the phone. Let's just set that aside. Next, we're going to talk about smartwatches and just any type of smartwatch. Now, if you don't have a smartwatch, I'd definitely skip this, but this section is going to be fairly short, because if you have a smartwatch, you want to just take it off and then set it aside outside of your office room, preferably. But if you want to wear your watch anyways because you want to calculate those calories and whatnot, most smartwatches should have a feature where disable the screen so it does not wake up when you shift your wrist or look at it in any way. Turn that mode on, and then you should be able to be a lot more focused while wearing your watch. But a lot of people I do know are still distracted by their smartwatch. Now, personally, I'm not, because there's only so much I can do on this. This is basically my calorie checker and my notification machine when I'm not in my focus zone. So besides that, I just keep my watch on. I'm not distracted by this. But if you are, I do recommend following those other steps, which is putting your watch in the other room, outside of your office room, or just turn on the modes where you won't be distracted. The screen will not glow up and all that. So all notifications should be silenced. So with that being said, we covered phone and smartwatches. What else is there? So you're going to probably be working on a laptop or desktop. So something like this, a desktop right here, right there. Yep. So a desktop. So depending on what operating system you're using, Windows and Mac, both should have these features. Both operating systems should have some sort of do not disturb mode where you can focus out all notifications if it's connected to your phone. If it's not connected to your phone, it is a good and a bad thing, because if you need to take on phone calls, you have your computer, you can take the phone calls there, and you don't need your phone. But if it's not connected to your phone in any way, then no phone notifications will pop up. So you want to have a way to just silence all those notifications during your work period. 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. is your work session. You want to just have all notifications silenced, and that should be pretty simple. Now, when you're using browsers, which is probably what your work is going to be on, or Excel sheets and other programs, you're probably going to use some sort of browser at some point, like Chrome or Safari. So it's very easy to be distracted by even just an ad. You go to research something, you go on the blog post to figure out your problem to a solution, and then you see a display ad on the side that you just get distracted. It's so easy to get distracted these days. It's actually really, really crazy. So that way, I found a solution to this, which is just simply installing an ad block on your browser. So that way, nothing should be shown, no ad should be shown on any browser or video that you watch. But remember, it is very, very important that you eliminate all types of distractions so you can stay as focused as possible. So AdBlock is going to be my recommended solution to that. Now, another tool that you can use is like if you have a habit of watching YouTube while doing work, which is absolutely not productive, because most people are actually not more productive while watching or multitasking and doing a task. So that's why I use some extension like Simple Blocker that blocks out specific websites that you choose. So it basically gives you a list, and then you input exactly what websites you want to block. So some things like youtube.com, Twitter, reddit.com, discord.com, and all that. Now on Mac, there's also apps and applications, same as on Windows. You can also block apps like Discord, the Discord app, or apps like Twitter, using the built-in settings where you can block apps. I know there is that on Mac. I don't know if there's something like that on Windows, but there should be. If not, there's probably an app you can download to do something similar. With that being said, using Simple Blocker to block out websites and using AdBlock to block ads so you don't get distracted by the ads, that is the most powerful combo. Now, if you want to be in the zone for a very long time, I recommend something called, actually it's on my computer, it's called Brain FM. I use this sometimes. Recently, I've been using it a lot, but previously I just been using Spotify. But figure out is Spotify or Brain FM, whichever one you like. Brain FM is a subscription-based service. I believe it's like $5 a month, $5 to $10 a month, and basically it is it's specific music that plays into your headphones that makes you super focused. Now, I know it sounds I know it kind of sounds like gimmick, but try it out and see for yourself, because they have a free trial for like 3 days. You can try it. No harm, no credit cards required and all that. I'm not sponsored for them, but I just really enjoy their service. So Brain FM, or you can listen to like lo-fi or deep focus music from Spotify, something like just solid rain sound, like a rain track for like an hour straight. Sometimes it's like the best type of focus that you can listen to. So tools like that should be able to help you stay focused. Those should be all the steps, or like all the tools that you will need to stay focused on your desktop. The Simple Blocker, the Brain FM, and all those tools should definitely help you stay focused. But ultimately, you still have to have some self-discipline, because you can easily just turn off these in the settings. So discipline is also a huge other topic of why you're not disciplined and you're not following what you want to do. That can be just another whole hour-long video topic just talking about that. But these are the tools I use for my current situation, to block out the phone, to block out the watch, and then just desktop stuff that should block out any other distractions while I'm doing the actual work. So I hope you guys found some value in this video of how to eliminate your distractions, because in this world it's just way too easy to be distracted. One moment you're doing your work, then you check your phone, then you see a story, then you see a Snapchat, and then you're on your phone for another hour. It happens so much. I'm definitely guilty of this, because it's just apps like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram are just way too distracting. And if we want to talk about hardcore focus, then absolutely delete all those apps, or just get a separate new phone, just having the core apps that you need without any social media. That just if your business requires phone calls, just have the phone call app or just a phone app and nothing else. Delete every single app so you use that phone specifically for phone calls. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. If you have any questions on how to stay focused in this super distracting world, make sure you leave a comment down in the descriptions below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.